Hey yo. All right, so here is my first official trade video. To me, these are some bangers. These are from three different people, but they all kind of came in the same week, so I figured I'd just kind of combine them all into one video. And let's start with this one. A lot of people have been picking this one up, it seems like, here lately. I snatched this one from 865 Knives, old Aaron K. Knox. You know, that guy in Tennessee that likes to talk about pocket knives. This is my first official GEC. You can see this is the Northfield Unexcelled. So this is the kind of like, I guess, upscaled version of the GECs. That light's kind of harsh, huh? Like I said, this was my first official GEC. I've been after a GEC for a while. I've tried to get a couple on the drops when they've come out. And we all know how those go. Most of the time anyways. But what do I got? There we go. But this one, like I said, came from Aaron. I just happened to hit him up and was just like, hey, we talk all the time. There's an Instagram group that a lot of us are, YouTube creators are in. It's just like a Instagram chat. But anyways, I hit him up and was like, hey, you got any GECs by chance? And he showed me this one and another one, I believe is 72. And I've been after, I thought this was kind of unobtainable. Whenever you see these on eBay and whatnot, they're usually just way out of my price range. And we worked out a trade, one of my first official trades, and that's what this video is all about. Just my first official trades, at least in the knife world. But so this one just like I said, I always thought this was gonna be like an unobtainable knife, and for me anyways. And I've got to thank him, because I feel like he worked out a deal with me. I feel like not that he would have given me any special treatment over anybody else, but I don't think I'd have been able to get this kind of deal from anybody else. So Aaron, I appreciate it. I thank you, man, because this was grail's a strong word. I kind of use that word. We'll get into that later. But just remember that, grail. But anyways, again, Aaron, thank you, man. I freaking love this knife, man. And ever since I've gotten it, which was Friday, today is Monday night. It's actually Tuesday morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. But this has been in my pocket, and it hasn't left yet. So, oh, and he threw this in. I had no clue he was throwing this in. This is a slip that Richter made. I don't know how old this is, but you can see like the little Viper. But it fits perfectly in it. I'm not sure what kind of leather it is. It's almost kind of like kind of feels like Crazy Horse, if in a way, just a soft leather. It's very nice. He did a great job on it. But excuse me, fits perfectly. Really cool that he threw that in, so he didn't have to do that. So again, Aaron, thank you, buddy. Next up, this came the same day. Anybody that watches The Knife Doctor may recognize this knife, but I saw this in a video that he was doing. Anyone that knows his little lunch with friends videos that he does, Eric is one of the guys that's usually there. I believe it was his brother has like a flea market or something like that they set up. So anyways, Doc was recording looking at knives, and this was in the video. So I hit up Doc, was like, is there any way that you could go back and get it somehow, or maybe get it through Eric? But regardless, he said he could get it for me. He grabbed it. I was willing to pay him for it. So this wasn't originally going to be a trade, but I ended up finding a case butcher knife. It was a 6-inch or a 6.5 inch. I can't remember now. I think it was 6-inch. I'll show a picture of it. But I ended up finding that, let Doc know about it, and we ended up working out a trade for the two. So that was really cool. And you might have even seen that in one of his latest videos too, because he's already got that too. But this is enough talking about that. This is I guess you would pronounce it Wostenholm. That's how I would always think it was pronounced. But IXL pattern. It is made in Japan, which it says somewhere. It's too bright, but you can kind of see it. It's just a stamp in there, or an etching. I mean, it's almost gone, but awesome looking knife. And I love these like lockback single blade trapper type patterns. They just feel good in my hand. This one, that blade that's what drew me to it. It just had a killer blade on it. Excuse me. Too much talking. This is the second video I've shot today, so sorry. Just an awesome knife, I think. Just has that big belly. And trying to get my lighting right. The black is messing it up. But yeah, just kind of like a stubby blade with the fat belly to it. When I got it, you could still kind of barely see it, but there was that little chip right there behind my finger, or in front of my finger. He showed it in one of his videos when he was showing this knife, but when I received it, I looked, and I'll put a video or a picture. Yeah, that's kind of an eyesore, but I can look past that. So, but if you look into the center, there was a piece of metal that's running from liner to liner through that hole. There's like a hole on each liner. Not sure exactly what it's going to. It's kind of weird. I guess it was just kind of maybe to help when they were putting the knife together, you know, holding that back spring in. Not sure. But regardless, I had to grind that down with a little Dremel tool, and that way the blade doesn't snap and hit it anymore. So, and that's what it was doing. It was just barely, it wasn't resting on it, but if you let the blade drop too hard, the spring, it would almost hit and snap back, if that makes sense. you know, snap into its resting spot. But anyways, it's fixed. She is sharp, I will tell you that. Now that you know, I had to kind of sharpen a bit to get that little nick out. Like I said, it's still there, but it doesn't snag on anything. You know, it cuts paper nice and clean now. But just an awesome knife. So, Kevin, I truly appreciate you going back and snatching this one up for me. I had looked at a couple on eBay, and any of the ones that I had run across, they were like 65 and up. I don't know that I saw, there might have been one that was a little lower, but they were all right in the 65 plus shipping range. But this one definitely has the better handles. I love this side. It's got that kind of bronze in it, just real pretty. But and it's some kind of wood, I think. So and Doc, he sent me, actually he did tell me in the note that he sent, he said it was some type of pack of wood that's stabilized and colored. So I haven't looked any further into that to find out, you know, any more information other than that. But like I said, it is it's a very pretty grain to it, and I love that little bronze color. So again, Kevin, Doc, I thank you for that one. That's a really cool piece. Moving on to the third one. You remember I mentioned Grail. We all use that name, and I think we use it loosely. I do, for sure. But this was, I mean, and it was kind of a Grail piece for me. And maybe not this specific knife per se, but a Mountain Man knife by Queen. We all know Shat Morgan. Shat Morgan is kind of like with GEC, how the Northfield is kind of like their upscaled, you know, knives. Shat Morgan was like an upscaled Queen. They were made by Queen, but it was just kind of like, I don't know if a separate company is the right word, but you all know, I'm sure, what I'm talking about. But they just they maybe put a little more time and effort into these as opposed to the normal stamped Queen knives. But this one came from old Harold and Arkenstone, HTZDC, another great buddy of mine. I feel like we talk quite often on the phone, through text. I don't know why I'm putting this knife down, but we do. We've talked on the phone a few times. We text all the time, send each other pictures, and hey, check out what I got, and look what I found, and you know, hey, would you be interested in this? So, but really cool dude. If you're not checking him out or watching any of his stuff on his channel, go check him out. I'll leave descriptions to all of these fantastic fellas in the comment, I mean in the description below. But this is again Shat Morgan by Queen, and as you see, this is file and wire tested. And on the back side, we've got the 2004. You got the model number, which is 04113L, and the blade steel is ATS 34. Just a beautiful. I mean, the handles, you got that worm groove. I love that coloring. I first saw this knife, this particular knife, when Harold showed it off on one of the RJ's live episodes. Yeah, I think it was a single blade episode or episode on lockbacks. That might have been what it was. It might have been a lockback episode. But he showed this off, and not long after, I hit up Harold and was like, hey, and we kind of talked back and forth. He mentioned a couple knives that I had that I just wasn't quite ready to get rid of yet, at least that I thought of. And you've already seen one on his channel. He did a review on one of them. But I sent him a few knives for this one, just to, make up for the, price difference or worth difference, if that's the right term. But anyways, this was right up there with a Grail piece. I love these, again, the single blade trapper. I love the jumbo trapper styles, and that's basically what this is. It's a single blade lockback jumbo trapper, and it's just beautiful. And I got this one early last week, and I have carried this one just about every day. I threw the old IXL on the hip 1 or 2 days once I got that, but this one actually rode on my hip today, and it's a fantastic knife. So Harold, I truly thank you for working out a deal with me on that one. I'm glad we could come to terms finally. We kind of bounced back and forth, and I think we're both happy. At least it sounds like it from your end, and I'm more than tickled. But just beautiful knife. And I did shorten the lanyard, I think, but these, he kept the lanyard on. Doc, he put this lanyard on for me. I did shorten it a little bit, just because it kept getting kind of hung up on my Leatherman that rides beside my sheath. But just get another kind of quick look at some of these. Again, just beautiful handles on this one, I think. But again, I'll leave comments. I mean, never get that right, it seems like. Leave links to these guys in the description below. The shield is set in there really well. Nice and flush. This is another thing that the Northfield versions do, the threaded bolsters. I don't think they do that on the normal Titty GECs. But this one had some teeners on it. I don't know if it was from actual use or not, but I had some teeners on it, and I went ahead and cleaned them off just so I could, kind of make it my own. But the wood on this, and I can't remember what the name of this wood was. Does it say? Desert ironwood. And it came with the tube and the little pin or button. But Very pretty wood. And again, just another piece that I just didn't think that I was going to be able to obtain, but Aaron made it possible. Same with this one. You find these on eBay and they're, 200 plus. Most of the time they're 250. There's a couple on there right now for $299. Different handles. They've got a few different bone handles, but just another piece that I didn't think, would end up in my collection, or at least as soon as it did. So thank you to all three of these guys, Aaron 865, Kevin over at Knife Doctor, and Harold at HTZDC. Three fantastic channels, three fantastic guys. I have met Aaron in person. How you see him in his videos, that's how that is the guy that you get in person. And I love that. Hopefully I'm the same way, hopefully when they met me, I was, hopefully I didn't turn out different than what they thought or how I come across on video. But Kevin, I'm going to see him finally. I've been wanting to shake that man's hand for a while now, but I finally will be seeing him at his Ellaville Blade Show November 16th. I'm going to make the drive from Virginia all the way down to Ellaville, Georgia. Basically a 10-hour drive. I'm going to split it up into 2 days probably, and probably just sleep in my car overnight, get some sleep, and then hit the road again and get there by Friday so that I can have a nice sleep in my hotel and shower and get ready for what I think and believe is going to be just one of the funnest days that you could probably have. It sounds like a lot of cool channels are going to be there. I'm not going to name them because I know I'll forget somebody, but just if you're into knives, I believe Kevin's going to put on a heck of a knife show, and I look forward to it. And Harold, HTZDC, again, I talk to him all the time on text or through text, almost on a daily basis. And what I get through the phone and through text and through voice messages, again, exactly what you see in his videos. So again, three fantastic guys, three fantastic channels. And I'm sorry for this being kind of a long video, but I just needed to make sure I hit all the points on this one. So go check them out, like them, subscribe, or like their videos, subscribe to their channels if you like what you see, and I will check y'all later. Y'all have a good evening, good day, good morning, good night, whenever you're watching this, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.